In 5 minutes, I'm going to take you through the private real estate, which is the first chapter. So very quickly, what we are going to look here. So there are many various types of real estate. Communal real estate fund are direct investments and are solely owned. The public market does not involve direct investment ownership. So public real estate include REITs and REOEC. We are here talking about some of the valuation approach and only focus on private real estate. So basic form of real estate are private and public. Private are mortgages, direct investment, ownership, partnership, other forms. Public is mortgage-backed security, share of REIT, REOC. So those are there. A real estate characteristic: heterogeneity, high unit value, active management, high transaction cost, depreciation cost, lack of liquidity, difficulty. Then you have some property classification. One is non-residential, commercial. Some commercial properties require more management and things like that. Reasons to invest in real estate includes current income, capitalization, capital appreciation, inflation hedge, diversity, tax benefit. The principal risk are business condition, new property lead time, cost availability of capital, unexpected increase, demographic factor, lack of liquidity, environment, availability for management, leverage, other factors. The role of real estate in a portfolio. So it's less correlated with other parts. Then we have commercial property type, which is office, industrial, retail, and multifamily. So in office, the demand depends on growth, industries, the gross lease, industry demand on overall economy. In retail, consumer spending. In multifamily, how population grow. Then you have real estate valuation. We have three valuation here. There are high chances that you are going to get some or the other numerical here. So those are valuation approaches that we are looking for. We have income cost and sales comparable approach. Uh, like for example, if we want to have high and best use, it's like value when completed less construction cost is equal to implied land value. Let's move quickly to the income value. This is most important. So rent income, if fully occupied, is other income is equal to potential gross income minus vacancy and collection quoted is equal to effective gross income minus operating expense is equal to net income. Let's look at a question here. The question asks us to calculate net operating income. They have given us property size, rental income, other income, vacancy, loss, insurance, utility, interest expense, and income tax. So gross rental income is equal to uh, the size into the cost that you have decided. So gross rental income is already given. Other income is given. We add both, so we get potential gross income. The vacancy and collection cost is to be reduced. And operating expense. So operating expense is insurance and utility. We reduce and we get the net operating income. Don't reduce interest. Interest is not the net operating income. We are not worried about that. That's just a factor. Then the capitalization rate is discount rate minus the growth rate. So NOI upon capitalization is the value of the property. So imagine that net operating income for building is 175,000, capitalization 8%, just divide 175,000 by 8% to get to the value. Stabilized NOI. So recall cap rate first year if NOI is representative similar property issue subject to NOI stabilization. So stabilized NOI upon capitalization rate. Gross income multiplied is scale price upon gross income. So value is equal to gross income into gross multiplier. Discounted cash flow method, cap rate is equal to discount rate minus growth rate. Discount rate is equal to cap rate plus growth rate. So R minus G NOI 1 upon R minus G cap rate. So that's how we are looking at terminal cap rate using discount cash flow method. We need to check the terminal value. It is also known as reversion or resale. So we need to calculate the terminal value while doing this kind of things. And and the numericals of course would be same like dividend discount model where you have to bring it today. So that's how you're going to look at. So stabilization after some time and things like that. Few methods, allocation of operating expense, fixed variable to get to the NOI. Let's move to the cost approach. Uh, and it has got three steps. The first step is estimate market value of the land, estimate building replacement cost, estimate and deduct depreciation including physical deterioration, physical functional obsolescence, location obsolescence, economic obsolescence. So we are going to do that. Now functional obsolescence is the loss in value resulting from defects. The location obsolescence is when the location is no more optimal. Economic is not correct economic condition. The cost approach and the sales approach are two approaches that we are now going to look at. So very quickly, the cost approach, the replacement cost including building profit minus physical deterioration minus incurable definition minus incurable function option minus location obsolescence, uh, economic obsolescence minus competing properties. So market value of land and estimated value using cost approach. So we'll start with replacement cost including builder profit and cut physical deterioration, replacement cost, incurable physical deterioration, incurable functional deterioration, land obsolescence, economic obsolescence. So and you have sales comparable method. This is one numerical which is big, which could be seen. It talks about units of comparison. So it could be size, age, physical location, sale date and sale price, and comparable transactions are given to us. So property size, uh, is it average, is it bad? So you have given the subject property and three properties to compare. Now each adjustment is based on at the adjusted sale price of comparable property, depreciate at 2%. So comparable is 4 year older, then make the depreciation. Conditional adjustment is good plus 5%, average poor, because those are the numbers. Location prime is none, secondary is 10 because both comparable, one and no adjustment is made. For past 20 months, sale price have been appreciating 0.5% often because one is the upward adjustment is required. So based on that, you are now going to move things here. So size, and you have to multiply that with the price. So price per square feet, and how you are going to move that. So for the age, they have given you the formula. Uh, oh, so and for the condition, they have given you the formula. For the location, they have given you the formula. For the sale date, they have given you the formula. And after that, uh, all things you do, you take out the average sales price per square feet, and based on that you multiply our property and get to the answer. So that's how. Now appraisal based index, the return is NOI minus capex plus ending market value minus beginning upon beginning market value. Transaction based index can be restricted using repeated sales and hedonic sales. So debt service coverage ratio is first year NOI upon debt service. LTV is loan amount upon appraisal value. So those are the two numbers. So that was very quickly about the private real estate and the first chapter. So then we have publicly traded real estate after that.